Hello friends, this is Love Johar. Thank you so much for tuning into this video and thank you so much for watching this channel. Some of my friends were asking me recently that we are coming from a security background. We are coming from a GRC domain. We are working in the security domain for the past 6 to 8 years. And now we want to shift towards cloud. What should we do? What should be the steps? How should we move to the cloud? What are the different ways to learn about cloud computing and whether it's a good move or not? These are some of the questions that people are asking me these days, friends. So I just wanted to create a quick video on this so that I can help you in making a decision today whether going for a cloud computing understanding is a good option or not. Also, people are asking whether they should go for a certification in cloud computing in a particular vendor or a particular specialization as well. So we will cover that aspect as well in this particular video. So first of all, let us try to understand what are the different cloud service providers out there. We have Amazon Web Services, we have Google Cloud Platform GCP, we have Microsoft Azure. There are different public cloud vendors out there. Out of these, out of all these vendors, public cloud vendors, Amazon Web Services is the most prominent one, the most used one, along with Microsoft Azure. So both these are used heavily nowadays in the industry, if I talk about. Okay, and both are very competent in terms of their services. But overall, if I say, these are the three major platforms: Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, and Google Cloud Platform. So now, which one should you study and why? Is the next question. So now, friends, basic understanding of any cloud technology in this time is a crucial for anybody, be it somebody who is working in a security domain, be it somebody who is working in a networking domain, be it somebody who is working in security administration or network administration or even system administration, infrastructure wise. Having a basic understanding of cloud services is crucial in today's era. That is the first thing. It is highly important that you understand the cloud services. Now the next question comes about certification, whether you should go for certification or not. I would say initially get a basic understanding around AWS and Microsoft Azure in terms of their basic functionality, in terms of their basic services which are used at a very large scale. For example, if you talk about AWS, S3 is such a service that anybody and everybody is using in AWS. Similarly, if you go to Microsoft Azure, there are primary services which are being used by every enterprise. So, initially, to begin with, find out which services are those services and try to study about those services, guys. That will help you. And secondly, there are free training videos available for these services on YouTube. I have also created a lot of content on AWS and Microsoft Azure. There are different types of videos which are there on my channel, as well as there are different videos on other YouTube channels as well that you can leverage in order to study. So, yes, the study is important. The study is crucial, and certification is step 2. Step 1 is understanding whether you are able to understand the technology or not, because everything in AWS and Microsoft Azure involves cost, because these are services which are hosted on a cloud platform. So anything and everything that you will work on is related to cloud, is related to cost. So at the end of the day, you have to understand which service, which design, which implementation, at what point of time will suit your requirement. So that is why, if you do not understand the services at the core level, you can't ever make that decision in the first place. So that's why I said, number one, make sure that you understand cloud in the utmost basic understanding, be it you're coming from any domain. If you are working in IT, I think if you do not do this now, then it can't be delayed anymore. You're already delayed. That's what I can say for sure. So if you are watching this video and if you are on my channel, I would highly request you to start preparing for cloud studies. There are n number of free videos out there on my channel. There are n number of resources out there which are provided by AWS as well as from Microsoft Azure as well. But try to study, guys, because if you will not study about cloud, then you will realize that later on everything and anything in major companies nowadays is being shifted towards cloud. So if you do not understand these technologies, then you will face a hard time in the future. So I would highly request, if you are watching this video, start preparing for cloud. That is for sure. And take certification on the next level. For example, if you are familiar with the services, if you are familiar with S3 types, if you know which S3 type you should use, whether you should use Glacier, whether you should use infrequent access, whether you should use when to use the S3 buckets, all three questions you should be able to answer. And different questions apart from this also, there are many questions that you would have to think about. So once you are familiar with these technologies, these services, then think about certification. Don't think about certification in the first go. Having only certification will not help you if the basics are not clear. I highly emphasize on clearing out your basics first. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to add in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching.